Greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 760, How to Buy Stocks in the Trust. We always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay. This is Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely want to do this episode. This is something we've seen in the public, and it sounds good. All this stuff sounds good. People talk about they buying generational wealth. They're not buying it in the right position. They're not even buying it through a company. So we're gonna talk about buying it through a trust today. How to buy stocks in a trust. And so we're gonna, obviously give the disclaimer on this is not legal advice or financial advice, because some people think, oh, this is my get rich quick card. This is not that. But for the people that are out buying stock and they're like, oh man, Trust Christian, I gotta trust. That's what they come to us and say. But they didn't put the assets in a trust. They didn't buy the stock in a trust. And then people come and they say, how do I actually buy the assets? How do I buy the stocks through a trust? Through a public trust? Through a private trust? How do I buy those stocks? So we're going to talk about it on this episode. But we want to make it very clear to the ones that are sitting on the internet talking about, oh, Trust Christian, I got, what they say? I know how to do business. I'm doing all the business in my name. I bought me this stock in my name. I bought me that stock. I bought this stock because I ain't wanted to go from zero to hero, and then I miss out. You missing out? You think you're going to miss out, right? Or, I Trust Christian, I don't want to miss out, so I bought the stock in my name. That's all. So let's talk about, okay, how to buy the stock in the trust. This is going to be the biggest thing out now. Oh, Trust Christian, no one ever told me I could buy it in a private trust. Definitely can do that. Just like you got a public bank account with a private trust for all the trustees, why wouldn't you be buying it through the private trust then? But oh no, Trust Christian, you didn't give us that lesson. You didn't come to us. You didn't get a consultation. That's what we're going to say. You didn't get a consultation. Do we have trustees that come on the line, get a consultation? Trust Christian, we need you to help us fill out this brokerage account. So the trust has a brokerage account. Just like you have a brokerage account. Just like the company has a brokerage account. The LLC has a brokerage account if you're a professional trader. But you're buying stocks. You're trading commodities. Not as a trustee or a fiduciary. You're trading it as a sole proprietorship. You're holding stock as a sole proprietorship. Are you holding it as a trustee? It's a real simple thing. How to buy stock in a trust? Well, definitely looks like you're going to have a brokerage account. You're definitely going to have a brokerage account. Oh, do I need to reach out to some people privately, Trust Christian? Do I need to talk to some people privately? Of course. Of course you need to talk to some people privately. Sometimes you're going to have to reach out to Trust Christian Vault, get a consultation. That's an investment in your education. You're looking to invest in privacy, right? That's what you're investing in. There's nothing else, no other way around it. We're not here to get you. We're here to tell you straight up. It's you investing in your private education. Are you willing to invest in your private education? Okay, well, Trust Christian, they got the directions online, whether y'all know it or not. For all the ones that, oh, I gotta trust Christian. I'm in trust. I want to buy things to the trust. I want to do things to the trust. I want to buy a house to the trust. Guess what? Hey, you want to buy stocks to the trust. Okay. Did you go? Now, here you go. Y'all don't want to hear this. The reality is, though, yes, a lot of the brokerage accounts, like a lot of the major firms that you guys are investing in buying stocks through, definitely, it's not just on their public website, for sure. Sometimes you have to call them. You guys know what you're talking about. You're talking about trusteeship. So it's not necessarily that it's not easy. It's the simple fact that, yeah, you of course, there are brokerage firms that, yes, you're going to have to reach out and you're going to have to talk to them, and they're going to send the form to you, or they're going to tell you you're going to have to fax it in. That's just bottom lines. Oh, Trust Christian, I don't know about no fax stuff, man. Oh, man, that's the hard way. That's the long way. But the ones that know, they know. So they're going to do it. They're going to reach out to the company and they're going to say, we are operating through obviously a trust, and we need to open up a trust account with you guys. Why would it be different than an LLC? They have LLC or corporation accounts. First of all, brokerage accounts want you to do business. They don't want you to do it in your personal name. But oh no, Trust Christian, you don't know what you're talking about. Why do they offer it then? Because they understand that it's more than just retail traders operating out of their personal name. Even if you start out early at less than 250,000, they understand that. So let's keep talking about, because we're gonna give you out a gem and a jewel this episode. We already 5 minutes in. If you listen to 5 minutes, you're about to get the biggest gem and a jewel on the internet, because this is what the most of the internet's not gonna tell you. First of all, if you open up an account with a brokerage firm in your personal name, and you can open up an account with a company name, then why wouldn't you just get it transferred over, or get them to do a distribution to a beneficiary, and a new beneficiary is the company, and the company now is going to operate? But how many people going, what they say, switch the account? That's all you're going to say. I want to switch the account. You're going to call a brokerage company talking about you want to switch the account. You don't switch the account. It's not switching. So you don't know what you're talking about if you say that, and they're going to take it the wrong way. What do you mean switch it? That's what they're going to ask you. Oh, well, I want to convert my personal account to a business account. Okay. And do you know what type of entity you're operating in? Because that's the application you need. The application is for the entity, for the person. The person is a trust. The person is a corporation. Oh, Trust Christian, I didn't know I could call it. I didn't know I could call this online app if y'all using apps. Oh yeah, I'm using an online app to trade. What are you talking about? Now you know why you're not protected. Now you know why you don't have it in trusteeship. Why? Cause you're going straight through your cell phone. You going through an app like this is real business. Like you managing some real money. Like some people say, "Oh, Trust Christian, you don't know, man. I'm making lots of money through the internet. I'm making lots of money through an app, and I'm making money through an app." So how are you going to say that? Because you put your personal information in and you took a picture of your driver's license? That's what makes it secure. The whole lot of money that you got in there. Look, as you move up in trading, you're gonna see that there's different types of accounts. For all y'all to say I'm really making some money out here, oh I'm making all this money, Trust Christian, you don't understand. I'm making $100,000 a month. Y'all don't even want to know. We got people reach out and say that. Oh, Trust Christian, I'm making over $50,000 a month. So you're making over $50,000 a month trading in your personal name through an app. Is that what you're doing? I'm making over 25,000 doing that. 15,000. I got this account that I'm managing the money for, and I made that much money and it's sitting in there. Okay, but how much of it is yours and it's liquid? And not only that, when we say it's yours, you're not operating in trust. You hear the difference? So there's no tax advantages for you trading in your personal name. But the lawyer didn't tell you that. The accountant didn't tell you that yet, did they? No, they just gonna let you keep doing business in your personal name. Now, first of all, the accountants and the attorneys are supposed to know that your lowest tax liability is gonna be in a business. But how come they let traders trade out in their personal name? Y'all wanna go there? It's called controlled knowledge. Why would they tell you that? They work for the system. Because if they wasn't working for the system, they'd be helping you lower your liability as an individual, correct? Correct. But are they doing that? No. Because it's controlled knowledge. Because they're not on the level of Trust Christian and Revolt. They're not operating in the private. And if that's just bottom line. We understand the competitive advantage. First of all, it's who you know and the team that you're around. So why would they not suggest that to you if you're trading out of your personal name, making significant money? Well, a lot of times you gotta go to the right people. Don't put it on them. Go to the right people. You gotta listen to the right people. You gotta hear out the right people. Go to the right people. Invest in your education. Be willing to make mistakes. Oh man, Trust Christian, I wanted to trade out of the trust account. I want to trade out of a trust account. Okay. Well, they're gonna ask who's the grantor. They're gonna ask a lot of these questions. What's the social security number of the grantor? Who's the beneficiary? They're gonna ask you what type of trust it is. They gonna ask you these type of things. Do you know what type of trust it is? Oh, it's a private trust. Trust Christian. That's what I told them, and they still didn't let me open up the account. Well, what if they told you they don't work with private trust? Now what you gonna do? That's just fair. They're a public company. They're clearly working with public people like yourself, quote unquote, or a trust in the public. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They are making sure that they're not doing too much business with private people. But it's not to say that they don't. Some of y'all might say, "Oh, Trust Christian, you try to tell me private trust accounts don't have brokerage accounts?" That's definitely not true. Some people don't want to hear that because they're not going to get on the phone and call the brokerage company and have a conversation with them. They're not going to. Here we go. Y'all don't even want to hear this one part. This is the separator between the great trustees and just the trustee that literally is crying and hemming and hawing like we're talking about. "Oh, Trust Christian, it's not as easy as you sound. I called the current company and they said it wasn't available." Right. Then somebody else they understand what we're gonna say here, and they call multiple companies. They don't call the smallest brokerage either. They might call some international brokerages. You say you operate out of private trust. Why aren't you operating out of an international brokerage firm? Because you're trying to, because you're in the public, because you're playing it safe. If you're still in trust and you know, and you're just not operating correctly, you playing it safe. Oh man, if I put it in private trust, I don't know what's gonna happen. You ain't studied. But the ones that, oh yeah, I got the private trust account open with a brokerage firm, whether that's domestic or international, and they did it, and we know trustees that have done it, and that's just the facts. Oh, Trust Christian, how they do it? They call more than one. We can tell y'all that. It ain't two. They call more than that. They call more than that maybe. Why? Or they have relationships with some of these brokerage firms. We know some trustees that have relationships with these firms, and they just made it a point to reach out and fill out the application. But they had to reach out. It wasn't like they sent them an application and say, "Hey, do you guys have a trust? We're gonna. This is the application that you need to fill out so you can actually get a trust account open." It's not how it works. Why? Because the public, most of them are retail traders. They're not protected. They're called retail traders. So how you gonna get around that if you're a retail trader and you don't know that information? Well, we already know. You gotta reach out to the right people. You gotta reach out to the firm. If you don't get the answer you want, move up in the firm. Search the website. Search the frequently asked questions. We talking common sense stuff, but it may not be common sense because people ain't thinking about it. But we gonna go ahead and share it with you. Yes, you might have to read the frequently asked questions, and yes, you may have to contact the firm company, the company directly. And there's nothing wrong with sending them an email directly, saying, "Hey guys, blah blah blah. I just want to find out about this account." Next thing, and sending them a true direct question to their actual customer service line and getting a response. But how many people are going to do that? They're just going to say, "Oh man, Trust Christian." And then for the ones of y'all that got stock in your personal name, this is the hard. This one should hit y'all the hardest. For all y'all that got that stock in your personal name, and you want to sit here and say, "Oh, Trust Christian, how hard is it to title it to the trust?" It's just as hard as you titling the insurance. For the ones of y'all that know how to title the insurance, it's you reaching out to the firm, letting them know what you're doing, and then working with you as a fiduciary. That's what y'all got to get used to. These companies work for you. They are housing your money. They are housing your policy. They work for you, and you have to communicate with them and such. "Hey, just wanted to reach out to you, find out if you can do this, find out if you do this. I want to find out, do you do it, blah, blah. Because if not, then we're going to be taking our money somewhere else. We're going to be diluting it out of this brokerage firm and taking it off your platform." Why? Because we actually we're looking for a firm that can hold the assets a lot better. Well, what are you looking to do, really? Well, right now, our family, they established a family trust, and so we're just looking to, put all the assets inside of the family estate. Can we talk like that? Because the rest of these gurus on the internet aren't telling you that. They're not telling you, "Oh, you can put the assets in there." Yeah, even the stock. Just like the insurance. Just like all the other stuff. Why? Because the trust is a person. Because it's just like you. And it can own the stock. What difference does it make if it's in your name or if it's not? You already know it's the liability. So we look forward to hearing from you all. Christian at trustchristian.com if you want to reach out, get a consultation. Otherwise, y'all going to do what we said for free. But if you want more in-depth education about trusteeship, how to make sure you have the minutes for those stocks and things like that, all those things matter. Are there some better brokerage firms than others? Of course. Of course. So we appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate you all for tuning in live, listen, replay. Feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that is Christian at trustchristian.com. We look forward to hearing from you all. Peace.